Greetings!
Stellar Blade was a game released on the 26th of April 2024, and it inspired some very important discourse about the censorship of outfits. Yeah, this is a real thing.
Wow!
Like, it's people freaking over nothing. You're freaking out over nothing. You know, people aren't freaking out about the gameplay or model changes, but a costume that nobody saw prior to launch. Like, I'm reading about this shit, and the whole time I'm like, did I miss something? Because, like, okay, wow, you get to see 20% less boobs on one outfit? Dude, we gotta pick up the torches and pitchforks. We gotta stop Sony and the censorship. Because so far, 42,000 niggas signed up for this, you know, and it's led by this big fucking retard, Grums, right? And this is the hill you guys want to really die on? Okay.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey, and I think this petition needs to come through to have all of the creators who worked on this to have their vision.
Get that yam off your face, nigga! Big yam!
Like, where's the self-respect?
Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
I was on board when people complained about video game characters looking ugly, because they do. And I thought when y'all were saying they look ugly, I thought you guys were talking about how unnatural they looked. You know, I was on board when you guys complained about the gameplay of this game being an embarrassment to the shadow of their former selves.
생각하고 계신지 아니면 이런 이슈를 혹시 지금 알고 계신지는 한번 좀 물어보고 싶었습니다. 예, 당연하게도 이 이슈에 대해서 인지를 하고 있습니다. 다만 이제 저희가 최종적으로 여러분들께 보여드리고자 하는 것은 1.0002 버전의 의상이 맞습니다. 그래서 그게 최종 프로덕트라.
Now, this is where the first issue kind of lies, because the creator of Stellar Blade has already come out to say that they made the decision, not Sony. But I know people would be like, well, Sony told them to say that, and that doesn't make any sense, and I'll get to that later. Keep in mind that Sony paid money to help fund this game. They already knew what this game was going to be about before the game was even made. So, like, to suggest that Sony will tell Shift Up to do this is like, it's ludicrous. Like, let's just think about it. It doesn't make any sense logically. But Sony told them to do it. How? Why? That's a waste of money. And it wouldn't even make more sense for them not to even say anything about it. Like, if Shift Up really just wanted to let people know that Sony actually did this, they would have just said nothing about it. They're not forced to say anything. And secondly, which is even more of a reason why this is bullshit, the game contains outfits that are even more revealing. So if Sony wanted to truly censor the game, why didn't they just censor all of the outfits? Why did they only censor these two outfits? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. And when you get past all this rage baiting and all these, all this misinformation that's been spread around the internet, it just makes no sense. The whole controversy, in quotation marks, makes no sense. Is what I'm thinking will happen is that some foreign country rating agency told Shift Up that they didn't like some specific outfits, probably these two outfits, and then they just changed them before the release of the games. And so they'll have a universal version of the game, making it easier to develop, because, you know, they needed to make it easier to develop, because literally they had to depend on Sony for money to fund their game. You guys gotta remember that video game discs are printed weeks, maybe even months before they even release. We never saw these outfits in any promotional material, even in the review copies that they sent to, like, the journalists. We never saw these outfits. So that means these outfits weren't censored. So I can't get my head around it. I find it so hard. Like, what am I missing here? They didn't lie about anything. The version 1.002 was the version the reviewers got their hands on, and the version 1.0 was a version that was made months before the game even dropped. So yeah, of course, yeah, things are gonna change. So if things change, does that mean the censorship? No, they just changed it. And you got the discourse about the hard R or whatever. Like, whether intentionally or not, I'm just gonna give them the benefit of a doubt that they didn't know what the hard R means. This changes nothing about the gameplay or experience about the game. So why is this a big deal? Why are people complaining about this? Like, removing it doesn't add anything to the game. It's just so weird. Like, oh, they removed a random rock from the environment. No one would care. And maybe you could argue that this is censorship, but I don't give a fuck. Like, this is like so much of a non-issue. And then there's the gore discourse, which is even dumber, because do people not know that these special effects on her suit is obviously tasking on the machine? So yeah, they're gonna downgrade it visually to maximize performance. It's optimization, not censorship. Jesus. And if anyone wants to argue it's false marketing, look, be my guest. Yeah, just go ahead and go tell Shift Up that you said it was gonna look like this, but it doesn't look like that. Yeah, sure. It's not censorship though. And look, to conclude this video, look, if you're truly incandescent about this, man, I'm sorry. If you're like really angry about this, I think you're a massive loser. I'm sorry. Like, find God, find Christ, because this is not something to get mad about at all. And if you think, wow, this leads to like a slippery slope or whatever, like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you're done. You are 32 years old. Go start a family, right? Go. Where's your wife, bro? Where are your kids?
What the f? Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
Someday I'm gonna make you run away. Someday, that's what some would say. Some ways gonna make you